Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. It's been a week since I worked on this Ford E250, and so basically we are doing the water pump. Originally, I was doing the alternator and compressor, but wasn't able. They sent me the wrong compressor, so I had to wait a week for them to ship it to me. But I was looking at the rest of it and noticed there was some wetness right around that area. And I was like, since I have everything off, might as well do the water pump, right? So I guess this video is how to proceed with doing a water pump. So the water pump is pretty simple. Now, first of all, you're going to take the shroud off, and there's two bolts that holds the shroud. You guys look under there. There's a bolt. I believe that bolt is the drainage bolt. So I'm going to drain it out. Once I drain it out, as you guys can see, I took two pulleys off. Going to change that out. What else? The water pump should be pretty simple, but this fan right here is an old style fan. As you guys can see, normally there's a little these notches here where you could actually knock the fan off, but you guys can see it's bolted on. The clutch fan itself is bolted onto the pulley on the water pump. So I'm guessing I'm gonna have to have something to hold the water pump while I use like a wrench to wrench the bolts off. Probably, I think so. And I mean, it might be a bit simpler. I'm gonna BD DB weld it, BD weld it. I'm gonna PB blast it just to loosen them up because a lot of these bolts are rusted, never been changed. I probably don't have to do the water pump, but I'm not quite sure where the leak is coming from. Probably from the thermostat right here. But I actually ordered the thermostat online, and just to be sure, I went to AutoZone just to make sure that it was the right size, and they told me there were at least 4 different water pumps with different temperature gauges, and that just so I went out and bought a ton of I went out and bought a ton of stuff actually. You know, at least four different thermostats just to be sure, because I didn't want to do this, come back and do this again. So hopefully all these tubings come off easy, because with age and brittleness and all that stuff, sometimes it's you know, issues come up and stuff like that. But aside from that, obviously you're gonna take this main hose off. I'm gonna take this main hose off, and that's gonna allow me to take the shroud off, but I gotta empty it first. And I'm gonna drain it first, and once I drain it, I'll be able to take this off, and then take the fan itself off, and then take the water pump off. And it should be pretty simple. If I run into any issues, I'll let you guys know. But the only issues that I could see coming up is probably the bolts being rusty or tight or something like that. But I can also see this problem right here, and this problem is this bracket right here. Definitely gonna have to move that off, but moving that off, you know, I think I can take this off. There's probably a couple bolts, 2 bolts holding it onto the frame, and it's, you know, it was a good idea for me to do this while I have the compressor off. Pretty good idea for me to do this while I have the compressor off, since it's got 120,000 miles. That's what it says on the odometer. So might as well just handle this, you know. I was thinking about maybe doing the spark plugs and all that stuff too, but I don't know. I don't know. The spark plugs look pretty. I mean, the wires. and the carburetor and it looks pretty clean to me. So I mean, I don't want to go through all that right now as far as with this is concerned. But the main issues that I had with this was a lot of bolts that were never taken off, and I ran into a seized bolt that snapped off, and it's just really a pain. But outside of that, I'm probably not going to do too much as far as filming taking all this stuff off. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory if you've done this a couple of times on different cars, you know. So I'm definitely going to have to take that bolt off, and once I take that bolt off, take this bracket off, once I take this bracket off, I should be able to take the bolts off pretty easily all around, and after that, you know. But anyway, let me stop repeating myself over this. And if I run into any kind of issues, I'll definitely, continue on with this video. If not, that's the way that looks.